Say Cheese TV announced via Instagram and Twitter that LA rapper O3 Greedo is set to be released from a Texas prison this week. Although most of the comments on the post were positive, some of the comments were questioning how Greedo could be released so soon when he is serving a 20-year sentence, and they were also throwing around rumors of Greedo being a snitch. After seeing this, I decided to do some research on the case and see how and why Greedo was being released early. On June 28, 2016, two men were arrested following a traffic stop on I-40 near mile marker 61 in Amarillo, Texas. According to the Potter County Sheriff's Office, a deputy stopped a 2016 Nissan and smelled the odor of marijuana coming from the car. The deputy searched the vehicle after the driver had admitted to smoking marijuana in the vehicle and found a bag with about 4 pounds of methamphetamine inside the trunk. 2 handguns were also found in the front part of the vehicle within reach of both occupants. The handguns were concealed. Potter County Sheriff's Office also said the handguns were found to have magazines with ammo. Both were reported stolen out of California. The 2 occupants were identified as 26-year-old Justin Scott and 28-year-old Jason Jamal Jackson. Both Scott and Jackson were arrested and booked into the Potter County Jail for possession of a controlled substance. They were also charged for the stolen guns. According to the sheriff's office, the methamphetamine was valued at $80,000. The rapper was facing a daunting 300-year sentence on third-degree unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon and first-degree possession of a controlled substance charges. While he was ultimately sentenced to 20 years in prison in 2018, there was potential for him to get out in 5 years on the condition of good behavior.
Every time a nigga be up for parole, they'll deny my shit. One time they denied my parole and said my victim is scared. Shit, I'm in here for being in the car with drugs. There's no victim at all, like, you know what I'm saying? So then you gotta go through the hassle of trying to get a special parole here. So I'm in between that, and then I paid for my appeal, you know, right before COVID, but then COVID hit and closed the courtrooms down. So we banking on the appeal or the special review of parole to come home.
Yeah, okay, so the appeal is the main thing that you think might be able to get you out early?
Yeah, I mean, it's better because they ain't got no option, and I already low-key got that beat, you know what I'm saying? I was a passenger in the car, and they kind of just smoked me because of my priors in California. And when they finally found my crime partner who was on the run, they tried to give him 30, how I got 20 because he was the driver, but then his lawyer found that they really had no reason to pull us over, and it was illegal search and shit. So his lawyer, my crime partner's lawyer, is who helped me realize I could get an appeal. So that's when we went ahead and pushed it to that. But then COVID hit.
Oh yeah, but some people were getting out because of COVID and shit. You're saying it just slowed your shit up?
Texas be holding their nuts on people, you know what I'm saying? Like Texas ain't, man, this shit crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit crazy. They don't care. They don't care about it being COVID. They didn't really let nobody out. Every other state, you know, niggas getting out on the East Coast, down South, West Coast, but in Texas, you know, Texas was kind of ran like its own country. So, I mean, it'd be way more easier to talk about it. You know, like I said, you're going to be my first interview when I come home, but this shit's super crooked, bro.
Bro, that's...
Like, I landed in the worst state to go to jail.
That's a fact. As soon as I heard that you had some hope that it wasn't going to be 20 and that you might be able to get out on an appeal or whatever, I was just like, holy fuck, that's like the biggest news I heard in a minute. Because, I mean, LA really still misses you, bro. Like, your music still plays all the time. Everybody still talks about you and shit.
Yeah, that's why I like that shit. I like that,
This is Greedo's information on the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. We'll start at the bottom and take a look at his charges. He was charged with unlawful possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and possession of a controlled substance, 400 grams. Note that Greedo was arrested on June 28, 2016, but he bonded out and fought his case for 2 years. He ultimately took a plea deal and was officially sentenced on July 3, 2018. Going back up to the top, we can see that his maximum sentence date is May 27th, 2038, which is 20 years after the original sentence date of July 3rd, 2018, if you include time served prior to the sentence date. His projected release date of September 23rd, 2026 is 6 years after his sentence date. And his parole eligibility date of August 9th, 2020 is 2 years after his sentence date. When we go down to the special information for scheduled release, we see that he has a scheduled release date of Thursday, January 12th, 2023, with the release type being parole. If we click the parole review information link, we see that his last parole decision was approved on June 16th, 2022. It's important to note that Greedo has had a total of 3 parole hearings. The first and second parole hearings in the summer of 2020 and 2021, respectively, were both denied. Greedo's co-defendant, Justin Scott, pled guilty to the charge of possession of a controlled substance, 400 grams. He was sentenced to 10 years of probation under the Community Supervision and Corrections Department. If you scroll up to the top, under case status, it says placed on deferred adjudication. According to Wikipedia, a deferred adjudication is a form of plea deal available in various jurisdictions where a defendant pleads guilty or no contest to criminal charges in exchange for meeting certain requirements laid out by the court within an allotted period of time, also ordered by the court. Upon completion of the requirements, which may include probation, treatment, community service, some form of community supervision, or some other diversion program, the defendant may avoid a formal conviction on their record or have their case dismissed. In some cases, an order of non-disclosure can be obtained, and sometimes a record can be expunged. So Greedo's co-defendant basically got 10 years of probation with supervision, and after, if he completes those 10 years of probation without a violation, he'll basically get his case dismissed and most likely expunged. My opinion on this whole thing is that I don't see a single piece of evidence or paperwork that would suggest that O3 Greedo snitched or cooperated in any way with the police. If you compare O3 Greedo's case to the YSL case, it's night and day. Greedo bonded out of jail and fought his case for 2 years and ultimately took a plea deal of 20 years with the possibility of parole after about 5 years of time served in prison. The people in the YSL case only spent 7 months in jail, then started taking pleas, which let them walk out of jail the same day on probation. They get to avoid going to prison, and they got credit for a year time served when they only served 7 months. So what do you guys think about all of this? Have you guys had a chance to listen to Greedo's new 14-song project that he just dropped a day or two ago called Free O3? Drop a comment below and let me know. I'm out.